And you from Chicago, so what's up?
Really, I'm from LA. I was born in Illinois.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Stop
Okay.
reading my bio.
I do my research.
Yeah, hell yeah.
She's like, how's Twilight?
Yeah. Twilight is my little doggy.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you read that too?
Look, Kurt.
Oh! Big Boy's Neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hello. Saweetie, welcome back to the neighborhood, queen.
What's up? You know I love this neighborhood.
Hey, let me tell you, man, for those that's watching this, dude, she brought me in the most beautiful bouquet of flowers. And yeah, I don't need you to say in the background. Thank you. Yeah, but she was like, congratulations on your Hollywood star. And she got me a card. You know what I'm saying? And I did the thing. You know where you shake the card to hear any money flipping around? I already know there's no gift card in here because I already did one.
There is a gift card.
Oh, really?
Oh,
though?
a gift card. There's a card. I don't know.
Oh no, this is beautiful and it's handwritten.
It's a card.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I gotta really thank you for this because as I look around the neighborhood, I don't know who else got me flowers that day when I got my award, when I got my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah, so thank you for being one of one. You know,
men deserve flowers too.
Thank you so much. I really,
congratulations.
I'm gonna leave these right here.
All right.
And you don't mind? I'm gonna take them home to my wife and be like, here you go, honey.
Ain't no wrong with that. Ain't no wrong with
And then
that.
you're gonna see my wife one day. You be like, hey, Veronica, you know those flowers are from us. You know. But welcome back to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Man, lot to talk about, especially you know we've had a chance to see you grow, shine, the accolades, the nominations. You know what I'm saying? And now you're back to doing what you enjoy, and that is music.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So what? As we're sitting down here today, what is the project? Like, what was the final?
The final?
That you named the project.
So I have a project dropping tonight. It's called
Right.
A Single Life.
Yeah.
A little 6-piece.
Okay, so you got an EP, Single Life, little
It's not an
6-piece.
EP, it's a little 6-pack.
6-pack.
Like some beer, you know?
There
Like
it
a party
is.
started.
So why the 6-pack?
Cause I took a year off and I don't want to just throw out, you know, my debut album. I want to heat back up in the game again.
So oh really? So this isn't the album. And when you
No.
say heat back up in the game again, for one, it was already hot as fish grease. What makes you say, you know, I need to put this out there? Because a lot of artists won't do that. Where they say not test the waters, but let me put a little something out there before we call this the debut album. Why the Single Life, the 6-pack?
Well, I appreciate that, but you know, I do feel like it did get a little quiet for me in the music space this past year, but I took a year off for like real artist development. I know that people have heard that before, but it's just like I love my art and I love my music. So because I took a year off, I want to warm the world back up again.
Really though, and why you say like real artist development? Because you know how some people like, man, I'm gone.
I mean, some people are born with it and some people are not. So I had to work on it. And it's okay to admit that sometimes.
That's crazy as hell because you would think on the outside looking in, like single after single, live performances, some people don't sit themselves down.
Well, by the grace of God, I had, you know, my type, best friend, Back to the Streets. But all of those were like spot recorded. Like I never recorded like straight in the studio for like more than a week. I recorded in the studio for a year straight. So it feels more like me, you know, instead of just like spot recording. And, you know, being a new artist on social media, we just get thrown into it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like if you go viral today, you on a big stage next week because your song is hot. So it's like I had to sit my ass down real quick.
But but coming back to it, Saweetie, a lot of people won't say, you know what, let me hone this craft, let me step back, let me do this. You know, some people, but I think also taking a couple steps back and then moving forward, like putting your feet down, you get a better foundation for where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? And I think I feel like that's what you're doing as well. You know? So when you sit down and you got the 6-pack, the Single Life, how do you know now? You know what I'm saying? Because now there is a success. Is it more of a pressure now that there is a success?
Honestly, what's hella crazy, I don't know if it's because my name is Diamante. Shout out to my Spanish girls.
Hello.
But it means diamond, and I've always worked hella like good under pressure, like in sports and in school and now in music. So it's like with the pressure, I feel like it made me record even better.
Really though, and when you say sports, you did sports. School? Did you go? Where did you go? USC?
USC and San Diego
you think
State.
you're all bad?
Well, and San Diego State.
But you know what? But that, like, you're so well accomplished. So you look at this as well as like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like that diamond, I'm going to go ahead and do that in my music career as well. Because this right here, this is what sets you up for life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But even with, and I don't mean to keep going back to the year, but even with the business, and we talk about the business, Saweetie, and we see everybody on social media. It's like you're here today, you're gone tonight. Your album is whack before it even comes out. You know what I'm saying? So,
damn, big boy.
but that's what people are like. They're not kind. You know what I'm saying? So at any point when you're doing that year of work and making sure that you're honing your craft, do you ever think about like, man, are people going to not let me back in, but how do I get that crease back in? Because like with me, I said it seemed like you didn't stop. You know, but did you personally think about that?
Well, for me, like, I'm done making microwave music. It was time for me to like bake my shit.
I heard that.
Marinate.
Yes.
Put it in the oven.
Yes.
350.
You're making me hungry, but I know what you're talking. I understand the analogy here.
Like Thanksgiving food.
Hello.
But sometimes you really just gotta self-reflect, and I feel like I've been through so much in my career, and I love music, and if I'm gonna do it, I need to do it right. So that's why I sat myself down. Like, I was still in a gym; it was just a private gym, but now I'm finna get back in the game.
Hello. Let me now. When you go to do that, when do you know that you have the music that you want to present back to us? Like, for one, if we got 6 on the single life, a 6-pack, how many do you record before you pick that 6?
Well, I recorded hella music.
Yeah.
But I just think that as artists, we have to be sensitive to the times, especially in where we're at in our career. And because I'm a single woman, like, I'm just speaking my truth through my experiences that I've encountered as a single woman. So it's like, it just makes sense for me, you know?
Yeah, you're single by choice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's some people that's just single because. There's a total difference.
No, you are absolutely
You probably looking around,
right.
she was like, but Big, you're married. She like, how'd that happen? But go ahead.
No, you know what? It is right. There's a lot of things that I learned this year, and I had to, like, dating can be a distraction, so I had to stop, and I had to just, go to the studio.
Yeah, and you got to think, you lived pretty much a lot of life before you get into this limelight, before you get into this big stage and this arena, and now everything now is people are got to be in your business. Everybody want to know more. Everybody's so fake, so-called interested in what's going on. How do you keep your private? Or is that harder for you now? Or has it gotten easier?
Honestly, I'm about to get back into like social media because I really took a year off. I probably posted like here and there because I had brand deals, but I literally took a year off from social media and from music. So it's like I feel like I'm about to get back into the game. So
how good did that feel? Not looking, because I've been off social media since July, and I feel amazing. But I feel like, damn, I got to get back in too because you gotta play with it enough.
Absolutely.
How did that feel for you being off for a year?
I felt like I was missing out.
Really?
I felt like, when you got to finish homework and the kids is outside at recess.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you looking from the window like.
And you know something going on. Yeah, hell yeah.
I missed the whole
Look at them
summer.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a summer girl. My birthday in the summer, I always have like a song that's going for the vibes. And it's just the fact that I didn't release a song this summer, it crushed me.
Really?
Like, I was so mad at. But my team was like, keep working, just keep working.
Hell yeah, especially when you know what you're working for. You never just grab like a hairbrush and put on one of the old wardrobe outfits and just performed in the mirror? I would have watched that. Yeah. Hey man, and speaking of wardrobe, this is something that we talk about when you're not here, Saweetie.
All the time.
And we say it all the time, man. And we did the festival in Las Vegas, and your wardrobe didn't come. And you didn't bring that up to the crowd. I didn't, like, I'm backstage and I didn't see you going off or anything. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people this same story. You got up on that stage in some like furry slippers, some jeans,
My airport slippers.
and killed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even then, I still wanted to announce to the crowd, like, yo, man, like, she didn't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? And you came out and did it anyway. what is that? What's that connection that you do have, not with just performing, but the crowd, to where you say, you know what, these people did come to see me?
Well, I do disagree with you because
Really?
I feel like I had to do it. I had to do it because I respect iHeart and I respect my fans. And like, it's not about my outfit; it's about the music.
Yeah.
So that's why I went up there.
It.
And but I did it for y'all.
Really though?
Yeah, for iHeart and for the fans. Because it's like, if y'all expecting something, I gotta deliver it. I'm a good businesswoman. I'm gonna always hold my word.
But I don't even recall, because I was standing on the side watching the show, I don't even recall you saying, yeah, these motherfuckers made me come out here and do it. Fuck you. And you was like, fuck the fans. You didn't even say fuck the fans.
No.
I'm out here for y'all. You didn't do that?
No, I was in my dressing room and they was like, your outfit not gonna make it. And I was like, fuck it, let's just go.
I heard that.
And they was like, we can try to reschedule, it's no problem. I said, no, I'm finna go hit that stage.
Hey man, let me tell you, to keep it real with you too, I got a split in my pants right now. I could have went to the crib. And the neighborhood is my witness. True. You know what I'm saying? The neighborhood is my witness. But I was like, nah, man, I got to do this shit for Saweetie. You know what I'm saying? I could have left. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, man. Like, let me go ahead. Hey, Saweetie,
full circle.
This what we do.
How you rip your pants?
Let me tell you.
Do you want to know?
Pop, lock, and drop it?
Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, trying to make some rent money. Like, man, this holiday shit is getting ridiculous. Like, good Lord, my daughter want what? Nah, let me tell you, man. For one, there's some cheap ass pants I shouldn't even be wearing anyway. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. They them champs C whatever G pants that you get one for free.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So for real, you know what I'm saying? After 2 washes, as soon as you put them back in water, they're gonna disintegrate anyway.
Damn, big boy.
Yeah, so I shouldn't even wear them anyway. I could have lied and said all this long meat was trying to get out. But who gonna believe that? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna believe that? Then I gotta go home and face my wife. She be like, "You lying on air again?" You know what I'm saying? The single life. The 6-pack. Why the single life as a title? And you know everybody gonna ask you this question.
Because I'm a single woman.
Really though?
Like for real. I'm hella single.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right. So hella single. And letting it be known out there, you know what I'm saying? And people, they care about your relationships, you know what I'm saying? And I want to just hit like, cause for one, I mean, I'm going to do this.
What you going to do?
Look at you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Hello. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to look at that, and I don't know what your keywords are. I don't know if you say, fine, pretty. I don't know what you use for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I have some in my head, but I don't want to scare you. But when it comes to like being single, I want to do higher, lower with you. And just how many artists, not even guys that think they have a chance in the audience, how many of your peers that's a celebrity thought that they could get at you? Higher, lower, 3? Higher, lower, 5?
Honestly,
higher, because I know what did Jack Harlow shoot a shot?
Oh yeah, he tried. Yeah,
Nick Cannon was like, "Oh, I need baby number 13."
He did. Nick Cannon did do that.
Nick Cannon. Who else? Hitmaker. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on.
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
Oh, you know Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was the first one to try to get at you. That's what he gonna say. Because he was the first to do everything. So we're over 10.
Honestly, I lost count.
And you can count high because you got degrees.
Yeah. Has there ever been one that's like surprising?
But I just take it like I don't know. I feel like if it's not in person, I can't take it serious.
So it's more DM.
It's more of a DM, or if it's like.
How do they do it? They're like, hey.
Or it's like teams reaching out. Like they'll be like trying to get in contact with me through my team, or like through somebody that's close to me.
And I'm going to tell you straight up, Saweetie, I don't like putting numbers on anything. I don't celebrate like anniversaries and everything. But I've been in radio going on 29 years. To this day, I haven't had one celebrity that tried to get at me.
For real?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Big boy.
My ass. You know what I'm saying? But you already see and you can recognize the game when it was it the game, the rapper too? No, it's fine. But you recognize the game like okay, I know where this is going. So and single by choice. How long is this going to happen? And how are you going to find someone?
Someone going to find me.
They trying to. You keep ignoring the DMs.
But I just feel like you got to catch me like in person. I need to feel that energy,
That's crazy.
I'm big on energy. Like,
really though?
Yeah, I'm more so attracted to like energy than looks.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because that give a lot of dudes hope out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Coming to that room and I feel that energy. I'm like,
would you date a non-celebrity?
Yeah, I would.
I mean, you have before, right?
Yeah. But I would.
Really? I have a homeboy named Frank. Now, he don't have no teeth. He been through some hard times. You know what I'm saying? But he don't even do that part of the, he don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm going to do with Frank?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true.
That's a bad one.
Yeah. Well, you can introduce to your dad, and your dad can watch a football game together or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Do you worry about finding a relationship or finding love, or you just in work mode right now?
Honestly, like, I'm a Cancer. So
When's your birthday?
July 2nd.
Okay, July 2nd, you July 5.
I know
Go ahead
that's
now.
right.
Hello, my brother Mouse, July 30th.
So I've always been in relationships since I was in middle school. So right now, I'm really just enjoying my time to myself.
Really, though? So what happens if you just, like, okay, the new year, we're at cuddle season, it's getting cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about the what is the Cuddy Buddy?
Cuddy Buddy?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
You sure you don't want to talk to Frank?
It's not cold yet.
Yeah, she like, big. It's not that cold.
It's not that cold.
Really, though? And what about for the holidays? What you got planned for the holidays?
I'm going to go see my family.
Really, though? Really? So you go back home?
Yeah, I'm going to go back home.
Yeah. Do you cook, Saweetie?
I love to cook.
I heard that.
Yes. During quarantine, I was hooking it up from scratch.
Really, though?
Yeah.
Did you do a quarantine 15? Did you put on any weight during the quarantine?
Actually, I did. I put on 10 pounds.
Really, though?
Yeah, but I've been working out, so I think I lost some of it.
I heard that. Did you eat your Saweetie meal from McDonald's?
All the time.
I heard. Could you walk up and get it for free, or did you have cards?
No, I pay for
Because,
it.
you know, Saweetie, you probably don't know this. Do you know I used to weigh over 500 pounds? So I marvel people that have these relationships with these restaurants. You know what I'm saying? That's bigger than that's bigger than a Grammy nomination to me. You know what I'm saying? So how does that work? Of course you get the check. And then your meal for McDonald's was what? Because you had like a collage of stuff. What was it?
It was the Saweetie meal.
But what did it consist of?
It
Because you just start throwing stuff together.
No, it consisted of, it was a burger and some nuggets and some fries. And then after that, they came out with a secret menu that was inspired by my concoctions.
Go ahead. Yeah, see, the concoctions were the ones that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So when you do that, not aside from the check, but you get free food. And do you have a card?
I would just pay for it. It's
Okay.
McDonald's. It's
And
hella
then
cheap.
you was like, oh. Hey, man, let me tell you, it's obvious you don't have kids.
No, I
Because when you get kids, that's when you start trying to get everything for free.
Oh,
You know what I'm
is that
saying?
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
man. And I would even double back on the Saweetie meal because my kids would be like, especially my daughter. And I do the like, oh, y'all forgot to put the fries in here. Then we go back get extra fries.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta know your game. You know, you from the Bay, right?
Yeah.
You probably got more game than anybody in here.
And you from Chicago, so what's up?
Really, I'm from LA. I was born in Illinois.
Really?
Yeah. Stop
Okay.
reading my bio.
I do my research.
Yeah, hell yeah. Natalia.
I know that the big focus is the music, but I loved getting to see you like on Grownish, and I want to know: are there any plans for you to continue into acting, doing more? There are already things set up.
Absolutely. I've been in some acting classes, so
How's that been for you?
it's different, you know? Acting is different than music, and it's like you have to tap into a different level of like character with acting because it's not you, it's something else. So I like appreciate the challenge.
Looking forward, just like, you know, we talk about like manifesting things. If you can manifest a role or some type of like character, what would you love to ultimately do?
I want to be a superhero. Or I can see
That's
myself
dope.
being like, I love Harley Quinn, but they just did her. So like Poison Ivy because I love my plants.
Ooh, I can see that.
And you know what I love about it too is you say you taking acting classes. You know what I'm saying? Like really trying to perfect and be true to the art as opposed to saying, you know, I'm Saweetie and other things are just coming. I could do walk-on roles. You know? So go ahead and do that. And when you're doing
you.
that, let it be known that we trying to find some acting gigs too.
Oh, okay.
Bring the homies in.
What you trying to do?
Neighborhood.
Oh my God.
You had a couple guest appearances though, big boy.
You really have been reading my bio. Good Lord. If you say my ex name, I'm walking out of here. I'm going to tell you straight up.
Well, I don't want to seem like a stalker.
Yeah.
I would love to know if she knows.
I know, man. Good Lord have mercy. Why she be like, and
Look at it.
she gonna be like, sorry about your brother Keith. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry about that. Believe that. All righty.
She's like, how's Twilight?
Yeah. Twilight is my little doggy.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you read that too?
Look, Kurt.
Oh! Did somebody fly her that? Damn. All right, Saweetie. Damn. That's kind of scary. Hey, dude, I'm going out on it. She got a crush on me. Hey man, fuck this
I
shit,
like
man.
to know who my friends are. Okay?
I am married, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, you are getting none of this. You know what I'm saying? Don't put me. You know what I'm saying?
See,
and don't throw up. Are you throwing up?
That's why people can't be nice these days. I just wanted to know who my friend was.
Really though? Hey man, what about Roddy Ricch?
What you think?
When Roddy was y'all were at the game, people started saying that you and Roddy Ricch were dating. Roddy Ricch came in. He said it wasn't true. All right, you seem like you're gonna keep it real. What was the relationship with you and Roddy Ricch?
I think like the most unfortunate thing about like being a woman, if you sit next to like someone who, whether if they're in music, sports, if they're another public figure, it's like people automatically assume that y'all are dating.
Right.
And I wasn't dating him. Like I literally pulled up, I didn't even realize he was next to me. Like I literally just sat down and just got to my seats.
And that right there, I don't want to blame you because the way the public took it, but you shouldn't have those good seats. That's what's wrong with celebrities. Y'all choose to sit on the floor.
But I feel like people got to start like reading the room in the video. Like I came hella tomboyed out with like a hoodie. Like if I'm going with my boo, I'm going to come,
But Saweetie, people don't care about that. Because people want to make up nowadays, people want to make up their own narrative. Everybody want to make up their own story. Everybody want to make up their own clickbait.
Fake news.
Yeah, and that's just where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever get tired of that?
I mean, yeah, but I think now I just feel like it comes with the territory.
See?
I could be mad, but at the same time, this is what I signed up for. So I think it's just up to me to develop like my mental toughness and like the discipline to not feed into it.
Yeah, and I always trip when others say that's what you signed up for because to me it's not. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but and some people even say that to you. You know, you sitting down, whatever. I don't know what your preference is on, when you take pictures and so on and so forth, but you could literally be sitting down and maybe that's not the time that you want to take a picture, but then somebody would tell you this is what you signed up for.
I do feel like, though, as a celebrity, especially an artist, because we impact people so much with our music, I feel like, me personally, I do feel like it's my duty. My only off limits is if I'm eating, don't bother me.
Right. Where you get that from?
What?
If I'm eating, don't bother me.
I just love food.
Right.
That's my sacred space.
Amen. Because I hear that one a lot too, and I feel like that one's just like the domino theory that other people say that as well. And then, like I told you, I was over 500 pounds, so I was eating all the time. So I just had to adapt to like, hey, just take the picture. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't going to stop. You know, so go ahead and take the picture. What's the relationship with Cher?
Oh my gosh, I love her.
That's crazy.
She's like a big sister, a big mama. Like she's just she's everything an icon can be. Like always giving me game, checking up on me. Like
how did that start?
And she feels hella young.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Like she feel hella young. She like even when she be texting, I'm like, oh, this a fly bitch, right?
Yeah. She be like, she don't say the N-word in text, does she?
Hell no.
Oh, okay, just I didn't know how comfortable she was with you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. How does that start with Cher? That
my
relationship?
Mac campaign.
Yeah.
I had a deal with Mac in my first segment. It was with Cher.
And so she didn't just leave it on the set or leave it like, we're just doing something.
I went over to her house. We had dinner, and she's just everything.
That is crazy, though. Do you ever trip off of like the people that do know you now?
What you mean?
Like a Cher knows Saweetie. You know how that at one point, like you rapping J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? And now J. Cole know you. Do you ever trip off of like the celebrities that do know you?
Honestly, I don't know if celebrity will ever hit me.
Right.
Only because I just still feel like a regular girl.
And keep that feeling. Keep that feeling. Do you enjoy your fan base?
Yeah, I do. Because I feel like fan bases are a reflection of the artist. And my fan bases, I mean, they do be getting a little crazy sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes I got to DM them and I'm like, baby, calm down.
Ran it on. And you like how either defending you or just doing too much?
Just, doing too much. Right. Like, I don't like when my fan bases talk about another artist.
Right.
Yeah, I think it just creates unnecessary drama. And I do have that type of relationship with my fans. Like, we DM each other. It's constant communication. But I do love them because I've been gone for a year, and they'll just randomly send me, like, love messages, and I appreciate that.
And so you're back on social media now?
Yeah. Officially since like 2 days ago.
Did you come in full or you slowly working your way back up?
I'm slowly working my way back up.
Did you do the unfollow everyone too? Or you don't follow a lot?
I did that a year ago, but now I'm following people back.
Yeah, see, I unfollowed everybody. You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy is some people took that personal.
Yeah.
I feel like you could take it personal if I decide to follow like 50 people.
Right,
but I think that when people go down to 0, that's a mental health check.
Yeah, man.
Like that's what, when I see that, that's what rings a bell for me.
Yeah, see, I tapped out. I was done. I went and did some great work in July. But people started hitting my homeboy like, man, is Big mad at me? Like, nah, bro.
No.
I'm trying to be happy at me.
Right,
I ain't mad at you, family.
And I wanted to focus on myself. When I was creating my music, I didn't want to be influenced by my subconscious. Because what people don't realize is our subconscious tracks everything. And it can influence our conscious. So it's like when I'm creating my music, I don't want to accidentally get inspiration from somebody else who's in my lane. So I unfollowed everybody so that everything that I was creating was just a fresh palette.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, and my thing too, I was done. I was just like, man, it's too much. I'm done. And I wasn't heavy on social media anyway.
I was heavy on social media.
Oh, so yours was more like a detox too, though, a digital detox.
It was a detox.
And so now you back. What's your first post that you put up?
I'm finna post my...
Oh, you haven't even posted yet?
Not on my Instagram.
Oh, wow. So what are you going to put up?
My cover art for The Single Life.
Really, though? Have we seen the cover art for The Single Life?
I saw the one with like...
the sword?
Yes, and like the wings.
Yeah.
That was really cute.
It's very symbolic to me.
And why you say very symbolic to you?
So the sword... So I got the sword, I got the jaguar on the outfit, and then I got the butterfly. The butterfly is like a metamorphosis of Saweetie. I feel like I've learned so much from the game that it's time for me to just spread my wings and do my thing. I'm the jaguar. I love jaguars because I feel like I'm an alpha female. I travel alone. I work alone. And that's what jaguars do. They don't travel in packs. And then the sword is to symbolize like fresh starts, making the right decision, elevation, and just all these positive things that I feel like I put into my music.
Do you ever feel like you're too smart for the room? Because you've been saying some words and just the way you speak. I'm for one, you rattling Louis' brain over here.
I'm Googling everything.
Yeah, and I'm over here like, man, all right, like you know, I speak for a living, but I know how to like keep my thing like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like that. You've been saying some words. I'm like, ooh.
You know what? That's what my first.
I'm over here writing stuff down, spelling it phonetically. Like, let me check and see what this means. Like,
you know, my first team told me that. My first ever team that I ever had was telling me that I rap too smart.
Wow.
How did you
really?
respond?
Because I really struggled with writing, like, I struggled with writing, like, radio songs.
Right.
Because when I was freestyling, I just, like, write out all my thoughts, but, like, someone sat me down and was like, you need to simplify it. So I just think that where my career has gone, it went from being, like, super me to watering it down a little bit, to people like, to that being my perception, even though this is who I really am. But now I feel like I'm back to where I'm at, but now there's a balance, you know? Because you have to give music to people that's digestible. I had to recognize that.
Hey, and with Don't Say Nothing, right? I think that could be the next people anthem. Don't Say Nothing. How do you... And we had this conversation about how do you find that next person. But how do you protect where you do tell somebody, you know, don't say nothing?
You know, I have, and they still did.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, don't say nothing.
So when you figure it out, you let me know.
Be like, I gotta tell. They're like, no, I gotta say this one.
Yeah, so it's just like, you really just, honestly, I feel like if you deal with somebody, you gotta think worst case scenario. Are you gonna be proud to know that? Are you going to be okay with knowing that other people know that you deal with them? Because at this point, like, men just get excited. I feel like they do.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
But I can't be mad at that.
Yeah,
I would too.
Yeah. When you put that in their mouth, don't say nothing. I do have to ask you. We've been sitting here and we've been, you know, having a good time with you. But with the recently losing Takeoff, and as close as you were, of course, with you and with Quavo and the relationship, as far as, you know, that becomes a friendship, a kinship, a homieship. Have you reached out or have you had any dialogue with Quavo since Takeoff passed?
I haven't had any dialogue.
Really though?
But I did say my prayers for him. Yeah. I did like have my moment of silence. And It's so unfortunate. I don't want to talk about it too much because it does make me feel away. You know, my heart goes out to their family, and it was just really unfortunate.
Yeah, man.
I think it was very surreal when it happened. And I wanted to, like, you know, just respect boundaries because of, you know, other stuff that was swirling in the air. But
right.
I definitely talked to God about it, and I just, you know, my condolences goes out to them.
Yeah, man. And even with Take, that's another one of those where you, like, I know where I was at. I know how I got the information. Do you remember where you were? I know exactly. I was literally about to get up to come to work. And I remember I felt the vibration. And usually late night vibrations is something's wrong with the show, those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And so then when I opened it up, I saw that Takeoff was murdered.
I thought that it was fake news.
Yeah,
You know?
and you hope and wish, too.
Yeah, and I was like, they crazy for this. Like, people need to, like, quit playing around with social media. Like, quit playing with people's lives. Because, you know, you've seen other people trend and they weren't passed away yet.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so I thought it was fake news.
Yeah, man. And that was another thing where I was like, okay, well, the person that I heard it from, I knew that they would be spot on because they wouldn't do that early in the morning, you know, or overnight. And then, you know, and then you start to Google, you see the TMZs, and I'm like this, man. I'm at an age now, Saweetie, where I want to see people get their gray hair. You know what I'm saying? I want to see these dudes get everything, and it seemed like we're just starting to see so many more. I come from when, you know, passed on was like Pac and Biggie. That was like our passed on rappers. Then Big L, Big Pun, Eazy-E, and not from all from violence.
Right.
You know, and now we look up, man, and I just really want these you know, these younger brothers, and not even the ones that's in the business, just to continue to take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Because the hashtag, the flowers and everything, man, you know, say it's getting old is such a cliche, but yeah. It's really starting to get old, and we really got to continue to take care of each other.
I think that is a sign that we need to raise the vibration of the earth, spreading more love, you know? And I think that it starts intrinsically, and then it eventually, like, will spread. But when I heard that news, I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm going to leave it there with you, Queen. Ani, what you got?
I love her nails.
Yeah, man.
But I do
it's like Legos.
Yeah, or gummy bears, I feel like it's on there.
Yeah.
But how long does it take to get your nails done, and how often do you feel like you change it up?
Girl, 8 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, my lip gloss just fell.
Oh, don't worry about it.
All right, there we go.
Hello.
Oh, because they're so cute. 8 hours. Because I hate going to the nail salon. It takes so long, but 8 hours.
Girl, 8 hours, but I love my nail tech. Shout out to Custom T Nails. I've been getting my nails done with her for like the past 4 years. But it's like 8 hours. The most we've been together was like 11 hours. Yeah.
There was a lot of talk when you threw out the first pitch at Dodger Stadium, which was dope. And everyone was like,
Congratulations.
How with it? Because everyone was admiring her nails too. And you did a great job.
They was hella long. They was like this long.
Damn. Hey, man, but it's what I love about it, too. You got, like, Christmas ornaments and gifts and all kind of shit on there, huh?
Some gummy bears, and they're edible.
Hey, wow. Let me have one.
Okay.
do they have something over it? Like where they make it not edible?
Some top coat.
Okay. So you can't eat that.
You can.
Well, let's have one. Break one off.
That's crazy dope.
No, that's crazy, though. I love it. Hey, man, and I'm going to tell you straight up, you can show the nails, you can get the shout-outs, but I don't think everybody can double back and afford that.
What
because,
you mean?
Oh, man, I know you're not walking into one of them shops where that costs $60, $40.
That's why it's always good to have a homegirl that does nails, hair, and makeup so you
you're
get that
using
little
her.
hookup.
Yeah. Somebody,
I ain't using her. I ain't using her. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, you know, if you got the plug, you got the plug. But I make sure I pay, you know, a nice $1 for these nails.
Really, though. Well, Ani, you know what? For the holidays, for Christmas, if you want your nails done like that, I'll do it for you.
Really? That's right.
You'll do it, or
you.
No, I'm saying I'll do it.
Oh,
I'm not paying. I'm not paying nobody to do it. I put gummy bears and Skittles, all kind of shit on there for you. Alrighty now, Saweetie, I want to do something with you called for real, for false, for false. Okay. If it's something for real about Saweetie, just say for real. If it's for false, for false. Mm-hmm. She used to work at a strip club before getting famous.
For real.
All right.
I was a waitress.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Go ahead now. Say what now?
I said some of the waitresses are always the hottest.
Yeah.
Look hotter than the ones with dancing.
Hey, man. And then you walk in and the whole place go down. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he would be in a strip club, huh? Yeah. Hey, dude, she looked over. She was like, uncle, with some sweats on with no drawers. You know? So how long did you work in there as a server?
For a year.
Really, though?
And then my mom found out.
Oh.
Yeah, she got mad at me.
She didn't even want you just in there?
Mm-mm.
And so for the year, are you going to school at the same time?
I'm going to school. Mm-hmm.
Really, though? So you seen a lot in there.
Yeah, I learned a lot too.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize that working at the strip club, you have to be like a therapist too.
Say it.
And it's politics. It's like street politics.
Yeah.
Like it's not like real rules, but you got to read the room.
Did anybody ever offer to pay for your education?
No, but they gave me a lot of money.
Damn. Hell yeah. And then she just walk away from with the tray. Like, she getting on the pole. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I do. But never, you know how you think like, man, could you make more? Dancing or?
Honestly, I think it just depends.
Or that just wasn't you?
I wanted to if I had to do it, I wanted to ease my way into it. So when there was an opportunity to waitress first, that's what I took because I really needed money. I needed money hella bad. And I was like, okay, before I start stripping, let me just waitress.
Get in
here. Yeah, let me just ease my way. And it actually worked out.
For real, for false. She one time camped out overnight to buy a pair of sneakers.
Some Jordans, the Olympics. 7s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So was that at the time when you were in line, was that retail?
That was retail.
Okay.
I was a freshman in college. Mm-hmm.
And you did the real overnight?
Yeah, I camped out, me and my homegirls.
So do y'all do the you hold down, I gotta go run to the restroom?
So it's like someone would stand in line, everybody else would sleep in the car, then we just take turns.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now, how many of your homegirls is it?
It was 4 of us.
Do they all, and don't take this the wrong way, do they all look like you?
What you mean?
Like attractive.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that you would see 4 beautiful women outside waiting to get some shoes.
Well, honestly, I had to talk them into it.
Okay.
I was like, we got to get these Jordans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Were they shoe fans of the Jordan as well?
Yes.
Or was your dream more?
I felt bad because they didn't have the Jordans in one of the girls' sizes, so she just kind of held it down.
Hey, man, and I got to get this for real, for false. All righty. During her senior year at USC, she stood in front of a bank and begged for donations so that she could afford to play sports.
So that was my high school year.
High school year, okay.
Yeah, senior in high school. I got my volleyball T-shirt, and I stood in front of the Chase Bank for 8 hours, and I asked for money to pay for the volleyball program.
That is so dope. Mm-hmm. Man, and did you make enough in that 8 hours?
I made I just feel like it was by the grace of God because I made a little bit over what I needed.
Dude, that is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It was hella hot outside too.
Man, no, that is a beautiful story.
But I took everything, quarters to 20s to anything.
Man, I would have definitely came out and kicked in.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man, that's a beautiful story, man. She hates scary movies.
So I don't like paranormal movies. I believe in spirits. Mm-hmm. I believe them can jump through the screen.
Really though? Have you ever had one of those moments? Because I know I have.
No, yes. Ever since I was a little girl, I've had paranormal experiences.
Explain one or explain.
I don't want people to think I'm crazy.
Hey man, anybody that say they think you... I think everyone has had an experience.
All right, you share yours and I'll share mine.
Okay, so I'll just give you one. Mm-hmm. Years ago, when I was 12 years old, we were going through something and we were homeless, so we were living with another family, right? Mm-hmm. And my brother Mouse and I, we were laying in the back in a den area, but it was on a tile linoleum floor. We just put the blankets out there and we just lay. That's where we slept at. Mm-hmm. And so we just started hearing things, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I was asleep and I heard bare feet walking past my head. If you were barefoot on a tile, linoleum floor, I heard the slapping of the feet. 12 years of age, I didn't open up my eyes and look immediately. And then when I did, Saweetie, open up my eyes, I looked at the curtain and there was a face of a man with kind of a thin face. And he had a kind of a derby hat, so on and so forth, but I could see this man. And so the next morning, I told my brother what was going on. He was like, man, he said, Kurt, when I was asleep, I was hearing things too. We didn't share it together until we woke up the next morning. Then when I told the family we were living with, I just seen them, they start crying. And it was like, our dad, you described our dad had a thin face, our dad had he would wear his hat all the time.
So it was a friendly experience.
It was friendly. That one was friendly. Then another time, you know how when you're doing like the water jug, when you put a 5-gallon of water, and when it gets that air go,
yeah.
I remember one time, dude, I heard the shh, then I heard the gloop gloop, and they said he used to love to get water from out of that.
So it was a good experience.
Yeah, you had bad ones.
Man, there be some shit going on.
Oh, yeah, that's why you slow on yours.
No, so like, I don't know how I was set up to be this involved with the spiritual world. So for one, like the apartment I grew up in had a lot of paranormal activity. When I go to sleep at night, if I'm not sleeping next to somebody, I have to play gospel. I have to play gospel music.
To this day?
To this day,
wow.
Or I'll get attacked. Like that sleep paralysis, like I'll get that. But I get that every time if I don't play gospel music when I sleep.
That's wow. So you always got to make sure road whatever. Like for you,
if I'm by myself, yes, I have to play it because I'll get it. Like I don't know what that's called, and I got to do more research.
Right.
But
and when you say attack, Saweetie, what do you mean?
Like in my dream,
right?
Like when you can't wake up, and you feel like somebody's sitting on top of you.
Yes, man.
Like it's real, and especially when I started like meditating more, I felt like the stronger I became spiritually, the more I started getting attacked.
Yeah.
And like these experiences have always happened to me, like since I was a kid, you know. And I think like my craziest experience. So me and my homegirl, it was like the summer. I was like 14 or 15, and we up, you know, gossiping, talking shit, laying down in like my room, hot summer night. She goes to the bathroom, and I'm laying down on my bed. I feel something hella big start walking on top of me. I'm wide awake.
Wow. But you can feel it.
No, like I could feel it. It's like walking on top of me, but I already know what time it is because I grew up in like I just know what time it is because I've been experiencing this type of stuff since I was a kid. And I start like crying. And I'm like, because I just know what's happening. And a voice goes, shut up.
And you know that 100%,
a deep ass voice that says shut up. And I just start like, I just feel so
could you move
helpless.
then even when you were awake?
I was like I froze, but I didn't freeze because I couldn't move. I froze out of fear. But ever since then, like I told my grandma, and you know, I say Jesus every time or I start praying, you know, because that's my way of fighting back. You can't just say stop. You have to say, you know, in the name of God and in the name of Jesus, because that's the person who's gonna protect you. But it's like those experiences, like it's crazy when you're dealing with two different worlds at one time, because not everybody knows what it feels like to have a paranormal experience.
And especially like that and continuous. And no matter where you go, you know how some places it's tied to a place. You know, I remember, Saweetie, when my mom passed, right? I remember I was laying in the bed and I wasn't asleep. I wasn't asleep.
I believe you.
And I remember I felt, you know what, like when somebody's on the bed and they get off and you can feel the weight shift.
Yes.
I felt the weight shift, right? And not that it was rocking me, but I felt the weight shift. I felt the mattress move. And then when I looked up, I literally visually saw my mom walking out the room. And at that time, I was like, Mom, I really, you know, this is beautiful, but she had just kind of like passed. I was like, I really can't handle this right now. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful, but I knew I couldn't handle it. I was in so many different directions. But I understand what you're saying, and especially if yours is moving around. Have you tested it? Where you say, I'm not going to play the gospel music tonight just to make sure that it was that?
Oh, no, I don't play.
Yeah.
When I do, because sometimes if I have to make a decision, I'm going to put that gospel music on.
Yeah.
Because every time I don't sleep with it, it happens to me every time. Every time. It's like the gospel music is my protection.
I heard that, man. I'm done with for real right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, ain't no need.
That's for real.
Yeah, Natalia.
You talked earlier about, you know, being a new artist. Sometimes you guys get thrust into this world so fast. But if you could go back to all of the amazing experiences that you had up until this point, just to relive it one more time, because it happened so fast, is there one that really sticks out that you'd want to?
The Icy Girl era. But I think I was thrown into it so quick and I was judged so quick that I didn't really get to enjoy anything. Like I was constantly like just being talked about, like, and not in a positive light. And I don't think I wasn't strong enough to deal with that limelight yet, especially when it was like not in my favor. So a lot of times I was depressed. So it's like when I hear things like that, I'm like, damn, some parts of the world or some people thought I was popping, but internally, like, I was constantly criticized. So I haven't enjoyed anything until now. Because now I'm like, I know myself and I know what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know your worth.
Yes.
We know your worth.
And that's hard too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy. Sometimes, you know, and even when you pep talk yourself, like, no, you better than that. Sometimes it's even hard to believe that. You know, so when you can step back and start sort of work on yourself and kind of close out the clutter, because that clutter and those voices and all that negativity, that stuff can be extremely loud, especially if the person don't know you. And you can't talk to everyone and you can't defend yourself or you can't tell anyone, I'm a good person. It's like, man, so you just get to the point where it's like, you know what? I can't worry about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't get up and my whole day is the fight of me defending myself, or the whole day is the fight of me trying to prove somebody wrong. You know, so I just stopped. You know what I'm saying? I just stopped.
Oh, what happened to you too?
I mean, it happens in doses. For one, I'm not really hard on social media, but it'd be something where it's always, you know, and even the small stuff, I'm like, oh man, they don't know me. Or they not, it's like.
Yeah, but the part that would get me was like the think pieces that would go viral. And it's just like, yo, motherfuckers don't even know me.
Yeah, man. And that's why I say it doesn't come with the job. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like nowadays with social media, it shouldn't come with it, but it's not written in, but it just so happens to come with it.
Right.
So, like, my heart goes out to all artists. Like, every time I see an artist trending for a bad reason, I just pray for him.
Yeah. What about when you see people that's just coming into the game as well, that's still fairly new, and you're like, oh, here it come.
I mean, like I said, I just pray for them. And we have our new girls, like Glorilla, that's my baby. Ice Spice, shout out to her. You know, I see the good and the bad, but I just try to send good energy, because like sometimes a lot of us aren't prepared for that light to go from here to like, what's up?
Yeah, and I get the same thing too with like my son. My son plays basketball, and my daughter, and I just got to tell him, you know, my daughter, she dances, she does certain things, and I just got to tell him, like, you know, do you ever read it? I asked him, do you ever read anything that's unfavorable? And my son like, yeah, you know, Dad. And I think he can handle some of it, and I'll talk to him about it. But my daughter is the one that I'm really like, talk to Dad. Understand who, you know what I'm saying? Because
we gotta talk to the girls, because I feel like as a man, they'll come for like your talent, for like external things that happen. But as a woman, they'll come for like your shape, what you're doing, who you're talking to, how you walked, how you look this way. So it's just like, I feel like the comments that are focused towards women in a negative way, it's just like, it's more intense.
Yeah, I feel you. No arguments here. Big Boys Neighborhood, Saweetie, thank you for coming into the neighborhood. Always great energy in here. We've learned so many big words from you today.
Oh my gosh, Big
We
Boy.
learned so much about you, and you're always a joy. That's why anytime I see you, you're always so nice.
Always.
And that's why also, even when you're not in the room, we speak very well about you.
Oh, wow.
And I always tell people, character is what's being said about you when you're not in the room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can big you up when you're in the room. But thank you for coming back into the neighborhood. Wish you nothing but not even success on just the album, just in life.
Well, I'm going to always spin the block for y'all.
All right.
I really love y'all. I really appreciate the love and support, you know? As artists, like, these moments matter to us when there's a lot of, like, you know, comments and criticism. When you're in a place of like, or in a room of love, artists appreciate that. So I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. The single life, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what it is, but I heard about it. You know what I'm saying? I used to know.
It's coming out tonight.
Believe that. And God bless you, man. And remember, don't say nothing. All right. Especially if you get a chance. All right. There it is right there, man. Big Boys Neighborhood.